Are you there, Akshara? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, now you are.
Okay,
So over to you, Akshara. You can carry on.
thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So, so today's session is Wonder of Words, right? So we'll talk about the tactics that you can follow in writing your content. So I'm not going to teach you what is writing or what is content writing or what is blogging because everyone knows that you can just find everything with a simple Google search. But I'll teach you the rules that you have to follow to make your content look good, and I'll also tell you the tools that you can use because these two are the major thing that we will be covering throughout the session. Apart from that, I'll give you a good understanding of what is content marketing and what is blogging. What is blogging in the sense, I'm not going to give you the definition. I'll tell you how we can use these blogs to actually like you can use it for digital marketing purpose, right? Like I'll be talking about those things. I'll be helping you to understand the right keywords, and I'll tell you why these keywords are necessary. So our agenda is just this. Today's discussion, it will be like rules of content writing and blogging, and so best SEO practices, and finally tools to use in content writing. So these are the three things that we will be discussing throughout the session. And I think there is someone has turned on their audio and it's been kind of disturbing. Can you just turn off that? I don't know who's that, but it's really disturbing. I'll mute them. All right, yeah. So I think now it's fine, and I hope it's fine for everyone, I guess. So, all right. So, guys, I want the session to be more interactive because, I'll be asking you a few questions just to make sure that you're understanding everything. I hope you will be answering to all the simple questions that I'm about to ask because the questions are not going to be tough because you can attend as much as workshops you want. But ultimately, only when you answer the questions throughout the session, you will be getting a good understanding of what are the things that we are learning. And you can also stop me if I'm going a little fast because ultimately you're here to learn. And that is the first thing that you have to keep in your mind. So you can ask your doubts at any time you want. I'll check that frequently. So and I'll try to revert back if possible, right? All right, so we'll start with the rules of content writing initially. So before that, just a simple question. So what do you think by content writing? Because I'm not going to teach you what is content writing, right? So, but I just wanted to know what is your understanding? What is content writing? Like as per your understanding, or what is writing and why we are actually using that? I want response from everyone. So based on your response, I can make this session more interactive and I can also help you understand better. So can I get a reply from everyone? So what do you think about content writing? So I hope I'm audible. I'm not getting any response so far. Well, guys, this session is not going to be boring. So you will learn something new. So I want this session to be literally interactive. So can I get a reply from everyone? So what is content writing, and why do you think that we want? So it is a tool for expressing our idea. Exactly. That's a really wonderful answer. It's a tool for expressing our idea. Exactly. So now I'll tell you on which way you have to actually express. You can express as like you want, but ultimately you're expressing your idea so that others can understand, right? Ultimately you're doing it for your users, or you might be doing it for someone, maybe your readers. If you're a blogger, ultimately you will be targeting your readers. So overall, ultimately you will be targeting someone else other than you. So it must be in a way that the people, the other person, whoever is reading your content, they must understand that. So for the same, we need a few rules. So we'll talk about those things today. So without further delay, I'll move to the rule one. So the rule one, so it's very simple. Be short and straight to the point. So if you're trying to actually write a very large paragraph, no one is going to read. So what you can do is you can break the sentences. So just check the first line. Using shorter sentences increases the readability score. I'll talk about one good tool. So just check out this tool, which is Hemingway app. You can just Google it, Hemingway app. I'll also give you this particular module, so you can get to know all the tools that you can use, right? So I'll also give you this particular folder. You'll be getting this module. So this tool, I hope you could see this tool. So this is something that we call as a Hemingway app. So why do we use this tool? Why do we actually use this tool? This is nothing but it helps you to actually understand the readability score. You could see something here, right? You're able to see something here, which says that it is grade 6. And it also says that it is good. It means a person who have learned around 6 can actually understand the content that has been written here. So that is what this means. Let me show you one example here. Sorry. So can everyone unmute yourself because it's really distracting. All right. I'm so sorry for this inconvenience, guys. I didn't mute them. All right, we'll proceed. So yeah, the first point is you have to use shorter sentences, and the second point is you have to use shorter paragraphs. Okay, so just keep these two in your mind because we will be seeing an example right now. So these are the 2 points that you have to keep in your right, because ultimately you can write to express your ideas, your thoughts, or whatever you want. Or you can also do a proper research and just show the world that what you have done, but ultimately the other person whoever is reading should understand what you are writing. So that is why always use shorter sentences, and the second one is use shorter paragraphs. Just see this, since we write for readers, it is important to present in a way that most people understand it. So I'll show you an example. Just read this paragraph. Everyone just read this paragraph and tell me whether this is a paragraph or a sentence. Just read this one and tell me if this is a paragraph or a sentence. I want the reply from everyone. Only when you reply, I can actually make you understand better. Because I really love if the session is being more interactive. Can I get a response? Just read this one. I hope you all can see my screen. Just read this one and tell me whether it is a paragraph or a sentence. Okay, so just tell me that. It doesn't take much time to answer. If it is a paragraph, answer with P, and if it is a sentence, just answer with S. Okay, Pat up. I got one answer from Naresh. What about others? Just go ahead. Guys, go ahead. I'm here to teach you. I wanted to make sure that everyone is understanding that. Okay, someone has told both, and there are a few who are telling sentences, and again a few says that paragraph. Okay, ultimately I'll tell you this is just a sentence. See, we have concluded the whole line exactly here, because this colon will, this dot specifies that the sentence is completed. It doesn't matter how many commas you use in the middle. Do you think this is an optimized way of writing a content? Let me read this. I'm going to read this. Listen it carefully. Even if it doesn't matter if you understand or not. Just tell me whether you're able to understand or not, right? So I'm just reading it. I'll just read it in a fast. Just read it a little fast and tell me if you're understanding my words, okay? I'm not asking you to read the content that is being displayed in the screen. I'm going to read. Just tell me whether you're able to understand what I'm reading. Okay, I'll start reading now. The world's glaciers are melting at an accelerating rate, according to a comprehensive news study assessed by the French-led team, which checked the behavior of nearly all documented ice streams on the planet, revealing that we lost almost 270 billion tons of ice a year over the opening 2 decades of the 21st century. Okay, I'm done with my reading, and now I want everyone to answer whether you're able to understand or not. Okay, so if you are able to understand, just put an S or Y. If you're unable to understand what I read, just put No or N. I want a response. Okay, yes. Okay, there are a few no's. Okay, again. Okay, most of them are telling that they were able to understand. Okay, here I have given you only one sentence. What if I give you a page full of content? Will you be able to understand at that point of time in a first take? Just the first time, will you be able to understand this particular sentence just in the first time you read? That's not possible, right? So that is the perspective of a reader. A reader, he won't be reading a content once, he won't be reading it more than twice, because you should make sure that you're not taking his time, because even he has something to do. So he cannot spend much time reading a single content. So this approach is not acceptable. So a sentence should always be short. This sentence is literally looking like a paragraph, and this is not the proper way of writing, because not everyone can understand what is being said in the first take, and not everyone can remember it after a long time. So you know, right, only when a person reads a sentence for more than 8 times, the thing will be registered in his brain forever. So there is something, there are a lot of theories, and one of the theory is this: do you think a person can read such a long sentence for 8 times? This is literally impossible. So let's see what is the optimized approach. I have rewritten the same paragraph. So this is the paragraph, sorry, this is the sentence. I have rewritten the same sentence, and I have broken this entire sentence into four. I'll show you that. So see, the first sentence: the world's glaciers are melting at an accelerating rate according to a comprehensive new study. So that is my first sentence, and it is easy to understand. Anyone can understand that. And see the second one: a French-led team assessed the behavior of nearly all documented ice streams on the planet. So that is my second sentence. And even this is easy to understand than the previous one that we saw. And see the third sentence. Again, I have broken it into two more sentences, which means this single sentence, which is literally not acceptable, has been rewritten in a way that everyone can understand. Just, I'll show the rule one again. Just see the last point. Since we write for readers, we are ultimately writing for someone else. They might be a reader, they might be a user, or whoever might be, they might be a stranger, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, you're writing it for someone else. So it is important to present in a way that most people understand it, right? So for the same, this way, a longer sentence which looks like a paragraph will never work. But this approach, I have broken the particular thing into four different sentences, and this makes things easier to understand. Is this clear? Let's talk about one important tool, which is the Hemingway editor. So if you're new to writing, even if you're some a person who keeps writing content for a very long time, using these tools make you more professional. Let me copy this whole content. See, I'm copying this content, which is the unacceptable way. Okay, so this is the unacceptable content, which is not optimized, because this looks like a paragraph. I'm going to paste it in the Hemingway app. So let's see the grade. See, it's like postgraduate. Only a postgraduate person will able to understand this content. So you cannot say that everyone cannot understand this. Your readers might be a school going student, your reader might be an uneducated person, but he might be able to read and write, but he might be uneducated. So a few might be knowing to read, but they won't be knowing to write. So there will be a lot of people out there. So you should make sure that everyone is understanding. According to Hemingway app, this particular sentence can be understood by postgraduate only. So that is why it is telling. You can see here. See the last one, it has been highlighted in some reddish brown color, right? It says that one of one sentences, because we have used only one sentence, and it says that one of one sentence is very hard to read. So this is not right, not the right way of presenting your content if you're targeting a wide range of people. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to paste this, the optimized one. So let's see what score we are getting. Okay, so now see the score, it is like postgraduate, and even it is telling that poor, because you cannot, everyone cannot actually understand that. Let's see. Now it's okay, it's telling good. It's also telling that grade 9, so a 9 standard student can actually understand this. Just see the first two sentences. It says that four sentences are hard to read, not very hard to read. So if you can also just make a little change to the first two paragraphs and make it more good looking and everything, right? So that is the first point. So the readability matters the most, and break the sentences and make it understand by everyone. Let me tell you a scenario. You have a biology book, right? You have a biology book, and just think that a concept, biological concepts are a little hard to understand. Okay, let's not talk about biology. Let's talk about chemistry. I don't like chemistry, so let's forget chemistry. So you might be having a lot of concept to cover. Just think of this case. A concept is being covered without having any shorter sentences. If think that you have a concept similar to this particular sentence, will you be able to understand? You won't be able to understand, right? So make sure that everyone is understanding. Is rule one clear? I just wanted an acknowledgement from everyone. Is rule now one clear? Because I wanted everyone to understand each and every rule. Yes. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for responding. So rule one is clear, right? All right. So now, okay. So now we'll move to, so can I get an acknowledgement? I think not everyone have responded. So I hope my voice is audible. So guys, can you understand the rule one, what I was trying to tell? Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Joshna. Thank you so much. All right. So I want acknowledgement from everyone. We have some 50 participants, right? So please go ahead and answer. Please respond. So that will make our session more interactive. All right. So now let's go to the rule two. Key factors of consideration. So as I told you in the previous thing, we were talking about readability score, right? So this is what we call readability score. So this actually tells you the readability. So the first point is, just see this. The first point, the readability score of an article should be at least 60. So why I have mentioned 60? Because we have a popular tool called grammarly.com. In that particular tool, we will be like able to see the score for 100. We won't be able to see that grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. So I'll talk about the 60, the score of 60 while talking about grammarly.com. But for now, we'll move to the second thing. So which is grade 6. So here we got grade 9, right? So grade 9 is good. Okay. It's okay. It's better. But grade 6 or grade 7 would really do well. Grade 6 or grade 7, right? Because every time we can't write grade for a person who can understand for grade 6, but it's okay, we can go with at least grade 7. So these two are the optimized things. And just check the second line. Make sure your article is non-plagiarized to avoid copyright issues. So what is plagiarism? So let me talk about plagiarism. Okay, so we have two different things. Before that, I need to tell you a few things about spinning. Just see the other thing. The last point. It says that the article should be non-spun too. So I'll tell you what is the difference between plagiarism and spinning an article, because you need to understand both the things. I know a few people who use paraphrasing tools. They used to just paraphrase a content and they will be presenting it. So that is what we call spinning. So I'll tell you this. So see, we have this definition. Before that, I'll give you a practical example. So I'm copying this paragraph again. Just see, I'm copying a paragraph from my PPT. Now I'm going to just let me open grammarly.com. Okay, I'm just going to open grammarly.com. So just watch it. Just have a patience. It's opening. All right, so it's here. So let me create another document and I'll just paste this. Okay, so see, now I have copied something from somewhere, right? I have copied something from somewhere, and this is what we call plagiarism. I have copied the exact same thing from Google and I have pasted it. Even this paragraph, I got this paragraph from Google. So this also comes under plagiarism, but ultimately I'm using it for education purpose and just I'm giving it as an example. So that's okay. But when you're actually presenting your content for websites, then it becomes a problem. So just see this paragraph. I have exactly copy pasted from Google, right? I have exactly copy pasted it from Google. So this is what we call plagiarism. So let me consider another way. I'll just have the first line alone. See, I'm having the first line alone. So now watch it clearly what I'm doing. So I'm just in grammarly.com, you have a cool feature that if you just double click on the word, it will be showing you the synonym of every word. Okay, so I'm just like changing a few words, and I'll just change a few words and I'll tell you. Okay, so comprehensive. Okay, so see, I have changed two words and I have brought the two synonyms of two different words, and now this is called spinning. Okay, so the plagiarism is something exactly copy pasting the content from web. So that is what we call plagiarism. And now what I have done is I have copy pasted a content from Google only. Now I have took some content from Google or from website, but what I have done is I have just made changes to a few words and I made it look unique, but it's actually not unique. It's still a spun content, and we have certain tools which can actually identify spun contents. So this is what we call spinning. Now let's go to the definition. Now you'll understand it better. Okay, so now let me read this. Plagiarism means presenting someone else's work as your own because you're exactly copy pasting it. Okay, so when it becomes a crime, it's actually crime. Plagiarism is a crime, right? So when it becomes a crime, if when you're not giving proper credits to the exact owner, and the second thing is when you are using it without their permission. So in these scenarios, the respective person, I mean the owner, can actually file a complaint against you. So copy pasting from Google is not a fun anymore, because if they want to take legal actions, they can, and the laws will go with them one day, right? And you will be penalized. So make sure that you're not actually working on those stuff, because that's not a right way. If you are going to be professional writer, make sure that you are coming up with your own ideas. So that is the first thing. So that is what we known as, that is what we call as plagiarism. Okay, so now let's go to content spinning. As I told you, replacing a specific word, just keep this is the key word that you have to understand to know what is spinning. So we are just replacing specific words, phrases, sentence, or even an entire paragraph with any number of alternate versions. Alternate versions is nothing but maybe it's just like a synonym, right? If you're rewriting the sentence, that is okay. If you're rewriting the sentence, nothing, no issues will be occurring. But when you're just changing the synonym and just making minor changes to it, then that will become a spun content, and that is not acceptable, like plagiarism. As like you will be legally punished for plagiarism, you will also be punished for spinning the content, because ultimately the owner, with all their hard works, they have written something. You can't just copy paste it and present it as yours, right? So this is all about plagiarism and spinning. So make sure that next time when you write a content, just don't copy paste from Google. Just understand what they are telling and write it in your own words. So this is the second rule that you have to follow. Is that clear? Shall we move to point rule number 3? So can I get an acknowledgement? You're not audible. I'm so sorry. Like, were I audible to everyone? I just saw your message. I'm so sorry I missed that. I hope I was audible when I was explaining plagiarism and spinning content, right? Okay, yes. All right, great. Okay, so now we'll move to the third rule. Yeah, before that, just one more thing. Okay, I think I have already explained you the readability score, right? But I'll just give you this. Just I'll give you the definition. I already told you what is readability score. We were actually using this Hemingway editor. Maybe if you want, I'll also give you this presentation. So don't worry, you can get all the definitions in the study modules. So now just check out this. So just understand the definition. It's just like, readability score is how easy or difficult it is to understand a piece of writing. That's all. It's very simple. It just determines whether the paragraph is easy to understand. It just determines whether the article is easy to understand or not. So that is what we call readability score. Now moving to the third rule. So let's work with numbers. This is going to be very interesting, and I really love this part. So please make sure that you are listening it with utmost interest, because this will be really helping you throughout your thing, because these are some minor mistakes that we do without knowing the rules. Okay, so now before going into the examples, I'll just read the definition. A simple rule of using numbers, because I'll be asking you questions next. Okay, so just check out this. A simple rule of using numbers in writing is that small numbers ranging from 1 to 10. So if the number is from 1 to 10, you have to spell it. You shouldn't write it as a numerical number. For example, let me give you a scenario that I want to write a number in my article like 10. Okay, I shouldn't write 10. I should go with 10, because it comes from in the range of 0 to 10, right? So whenever you want to actually write numbers from 0 to 10, make sure that you spell it. For example, 0, 10, 9. Don't just write the numerical value. If the number goes larger than that, you can go with numerical value. So this is the rule, and I'm going to ask you a few questions with that, and I want answers from everyone. Okay, so now let's understand it with a few examples. Okay, so the first question. So which is right, A or B? I bought 5 apples and I bought 5 apples. This is in the numerical format. Can everyone just give me an answer to this? I bought 5 apples. I bought 5 apples, which is here it has been spelled, and here it has been, I have used a numerical value. A is correct. Okay, that's right. Okay, I got lots of right answers, and glad to see that. Okay, so basically that's right. Okay, So it's really good to see that you got the point. All right. So the first one is right, which is I bought 5 apples and I bought and which is being you have to actually spell it because it comes within the range 0 to 10, right? And let me show you another question. So just tell this. I bought 500 apples. I bought 500 apples. Here, the first one is it has been spelled. And the second, in the second case, I have mentioned only the numerical value, A or B for the second question. Okay, A. Others, go ahead. So only a few answers. What about others? Go ahead. Okay, I think I hardly got, okay, I got a lot of answers. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so in this case, I'll tell you that both are right. Okay, because I'll tell you that why both are right. So it doesn't matter if you actually spell it. It doesn't matter because ultimately you're writing. I'm so I'm so sorry. I lost my connection. I'll reshare my screen. I hope it's visible now. Can I get an acknowledgement from someone? Is my screen visible and is my voice audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible too.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, I'll continue. I'm so sorry. I think I left exactly here, I guess. Okay. So see, the first one is also right and the second one is also right. So while writing a content, it doesn't matter if you spell because ultimately you're writing a content, right? So it's good to actually spell. But when we write some bigger numerical value, a 500 is like something like you can write. But think about 50,000, $50,000 million. That's, that is something, a very huge number. At that point of time, you have an exception in a rule. That is the rule that we saw exactly here, which says that you can actually spell a word which comes in the range above 10. So that is the general rule, but it's okay if you want to spell. Okay, so that is the basic thing I want to tell here. Just recalling the same rule that we saw earlier. A simple rule for using number is small numbers ranging from 1 to 10, which is it might be 0. It's not just 1 to 10, it's also like 0 to 10. Okay, you will also spell 0. You're not going to write just 0, right? So should generally be spelled out. Make sure that you're spelling it. I don't know how many of you made this mistake earlier, but from now make sure that you're spelling it out if it is a smaller number, and larger numbers are written as numeral, but it's okay if you want to spell it. It's not an issue with that. Okay, now moving to the second example, I'll just go ahead and show you another thing. And I want answers from everyone. So just give me a, okay, I showed the answer. All right. That's okay. So see, can anyone figure out what is the mistake with this and this? Is this a rule just because I already told you spelling a large number is also not an issue, but still, why it is an issue? Anyone can predict it. Why this is actually wrong? So why A option is wrong and B is right? Anyone? Okay, can anyone predict why we are actually telling this is wrong and this is right? I told you it's completely okay to spell out. Can anyone give me a definition why we are telling this? All right. Okay, I'll tell you that. So this is a rule. Like it doesn't matter if you're using 5, if it doesn't matter if you're writing some number which ranges from 0 to 10, it doesn't matter that. It doesn't matter if you're writing 1,000, 10,000, whatever may be. But the general rule is you shouldn't start a sentence using a number. Okay. So the thing is, the rule is you should never start a sentence with a numerical value. So I hope you got it. So now, okay. I think I'm losing my connections again and again. I'm sorry about this. I'm really sorry. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'll continue. I hope it's now all right. All right. So okay. If my screen is not visible at some point of time, you can just drop it in the chat box. I don't know what's wrong with my network connection, but it's turning to be unstable at times. Okay, so let's continue. So whenever you're starting something, like let me just make it 50,000. Okay, even at this point of time, if you're starting a numerical value as in the sentence, you have to actually spell it as 50,000. You shouldn't start a sentence using a numerical value. So that is the rule that you have to understand with this particular thing. Okay, but let's consider a scenario wherein you have to actually mention a number. You're in a need of mentioning it in a numerical value, but So at that point of time, what you can do is you can just reframe the sentence. For example, let me give a scenario like 50,000 years ago, this place was different. Okay, so this is the first sentence. But since you are unable to start a sentence using a numerical value, you can restructure the sentence like this place was different 50,000 years ago. Both are giving you the same meaning, right? So you can just restructure it. So that is the rule that I have mentioned here. Always spell out numbers when they begin a sentence. Okay, whenever you're beginning a sentence using a number, you have to spell out. Doesn't matter if it is a large number or a small number, no matter how large. Just check this out, no matter how large or small. Okay, so now again, if a number is large, if a number is extremely large that you cannot just spell it out, and if you want to avoid writing it all out as in, if you are lazy to spell it out, or if you don't want to spell it out, you can restructure the sentence just like an example I give. If you want, I'll just repeat the example. Like 50,000 years ago, this place was good. So now this is actually wrong. So how you can restructure it? You can just make it in a way that like this place was good 50,000 years ago. So moreover, both are same 50,000 years ago. So just restructure it and make sure that you're following the rules. So this is all about the rule 3. So is this clear? I know I lost my connection, but is that clear? Were I able to convey the third rule? Yes or no? Guys, everyone, just give me an acknowledgement. At least someone can give me an acknowledgement if you understood the rule 3. Or if you want me to repeat, I'm ready to do that. Okay. All right. So I got some acknowledgement. Thank you so much. All right. We'll continue. So now talking about the rule 4. So I predict there are lots of professional writers attending this session, and I also predict that future writers or passionate writers are also being a part of this. If you are a writer, ultimately you will be definitely writing blogs, because blogs are not only for writing purpose, it is also for digital marketing purpose. So blogs are something, every place. It doesn't matter if it is a small company or a large company. Everyone are actually using blogs. So this particular rule will definitely help you to shine in your writing career. So just check out the first point, the minimum word count of a shorter blog. So a blog should be at least of 350 words, but 350 to 500 words are something like, it's just like, it's not that optimized, but it's okay. But you shouldn't reduce the count. The minimum number of blog articles should be 350 for sure. Only then it can be categorized into 350. And talking about this 500 words, it is said to be average blog count, but in real it is not. I just specified this because most of the people think that 500 words is the average word count, but in real it is not. 350 to 500 words comes in a shorter blog content, and this is not going to help in any way in the aspect of digital marketing. You can write it for your passion. Maybe you can write a 350 words content or a 500 words content. It doesn't matter. But in the digital marketing aspect, it's not going to help you, because talking about content writing, it can also be grouped under content marketing, right? I'll show you something. I think I'll cover that in rule 5. Okay, now just understand this. Okay, so now the shorter a content that comes around 350 words can be called as a blog, but it's not going to help you in any way. And check out the second one. Bigger blog is 1,500 to 2,000 words. So this is actually the optimized, and this alone can help you to reach wider audience. This is because the more content that you write, the more chances of keywords appearing in your content is high. And just see the third point, average word count would range from 500 to 1,500 words. So now many people think that 350 to 500 words itself is an average count, but it's not the right thing. Average content will be range from 500 to 1,500, and moreover 1,000 can be considered as an average count, but not even 500. But okay, it's just a rule, right? But ultimately this is something that you have to understand, because if you're writing, you might be writing a content for your client. If you're writing it for your client, you have to be SEO friendly. So 1,500 to 2,000 words is the optimum. optimized. When someone asks you this question in future, make sure you answer them in this way only. So it doesn't matter, you might own a business, you might own a website for yourself, and if you want to actually increase the organic reach, then you have to write content that ranges from 1500 to 2000, not 350, not 500. If you have a personal blog and just to showcase your articles or write-ups, then you can go with 350 words, no one is going to ask you, right? And it's not also going to affect you when you're not interested in targeting people. But if your goal is targeting people, please go with this SEO friendly number, which is 1500 to 2000 words. So this is the most optimized number. So this is all about the rule. Now let's understand meta title and meta description. Now we are talking about blog, right? And now we also had a little stuff about digital marketing. Now I need to make you all understand what is meta title and what is meta description, and why we are using blog article for digital marketing purpose. Because ultimately you might be a content writer, it doesn't matter, but ultimately you're helping a business to grow, maybe directly or indirectly. Ultimately the content writers are also like doing the same work that a digital marketing person is doing. Just the difference is a digital marketing person does the research and gives you the keywords, and you are writing. Ultimately you're the savior, you're going to promote the particular business using your writing skills. I'll give you a basic understanding of what is meta title and what is meta description. So now let me search for, okay, I'll just search for favorite foods, okay? I'm just searching for favorite foods. So what I have entered is what we call keywords. Just remember the technical words. So whatever I have entered, which is the favorite foods, this is what we call keywords. So keywords are nothing but the widely searched words are keywords. So favorite foods, when I thought about foods, the first thing that came in my mind is favorite foods, because this has been commonly searched. And even if I ask you, even you will be searching it for a very long time, because this is something a common keyword, right? And anyone can actually research it. So that is the point. I'm calling this particular thing as a keyword, right? So favorite food, whatever I have written exactly here, this is what we call keywords. Just understand this technical word. This is actually a keyword. And then now I'll tell you what is meta title, and just closely watch it. This keyword, the Google is showing me results based on the keyword that I have searched. Just check this out. It is showing popular food, which is the synonym of whatever favorite foods. And just check this out. It is giving me suggestion, right? People's favorite food. Again, favorite food is here. Favorite food is here. And see this particular heading. It shows favorite foods. And see this description. Again, it is showing me favorite food. I have just entered two keywords, and whatever results that I am getting, somewhere it has both the keywords. So this is how search engine works. Search engine will be helping to get fetch results. And just let me go a little down. Just see, we have number of numerous pages, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10. If I give next, it will be going on, because now many have written same content, which is based on favorite food. There will be some millions of content writers who might be writing on the same topic. But see, hardly 10 articles has been featured in the front page of Google. If you're a content writer, ultimately your goal will be appearing in the front page of the Google, right? And if you're having a business, ultimately you will be aiming to appear in the front page, so that you will be getting a lot of visibility. Now see, I got a few stuffs, and only a few things are coming. And how did Google know whatever has been popular? Google will be ranking the popular ones in the front page, and it will be grouping the least popular thing in the last pages, okay? So whatever that you're seeing in the here is the popular thing. How they became popular? Do you think it's because of the number of users visiting? That is just one of the criteria, but basically they are working on they are SEO friendly. So the first thing is, they know how to actually arrange keywords, okay? The first rule is, the first rule they have followed is, they have properly used the keywords. So that is why I'm repeatedly telling you this, because being a content writer, I don't know how many of you have worked on these stuffs. Like I worked as a content writer earlier, and they used to give me a list of keywords, and they will be telling me that you have to repeat these keywords at least 4 to 5 times in the content, because these little things will help Google to identify the content which is more relevant, because it most over it plays with the numbers. It is not going to check how popular you are in your place. It doesn't know if you're popular in your locality. Ultimately, if you want to get some fame in its browser, you have to follow these SEO friendly activities. So now, keywords. Now we know what is keywords. Keywords are something that is being widely searched. now we need to know how keywords are getting related. So see, whatever title that you're seeing, so this is what you're saying, something in blue color, right? This is what we call meta title. So this is nothing but the blog title or a title of a page. It can be a title of a page, it can be a blog title, or whatever may be, whatever that you're writing as a heading of a page. Every web pages, once you're making some pages live, automatically it turns to be a single entity. Like it, every Google won't be considering your whole website, it won't be actually taking into consideration of your whole website. Most times it will be taking every single pages, right? So if that is the case, it can be a page title, it can be a blog title, it doesn't matter, but whatever that you're giving as a title is what we call meta title. And you're able to see something here, right? You're able to see some 2 to 3 lines over here, right? So this is what we call meta description. Now I'll give you an additional tip that I give to digital marketing people. The first thing is, whatever keyword that you're using, make sure that you also use that in the meta title and the meta keyword. For example, just see this first one. It says that favorite foods. Okay, so this is the exact keyword. They have used the exact keyword in the title. And again, see the meta description. So it says favorite foods. Again, they have used the same keyword in the meta description too. So this is one of the criteria that Google considers. Other than that, it considers bouncing rate. So that was the digital marketing aspect. So let's not look much into that. But just I want to tell you this, because when you're writing a content, you should also understand what has been hidden behind that. Because you might be writing content on your skill set, or on your based on your interest, but when you are writing it for your client, make sure that you are benefiting them. So make sure next time when you write a content, make sure you use keywords. Okay, so this is the first thing. I hope this meta description and meta title part is clear. So now I'll also tell you how to research keywords. Okay, before that, is this clear? Is this meta title and meta description part clear? And I hope you will be using keywords from now. Is this clear? I'm front-end developer, so I'm well aware with SEO meta tags. Okay, that's great. That's really great. Okay, even I'm a web developer. I'm a full stack developer. All right. Yes, that's great. Okay, do anyone have any doubts so far? Okay, how to find keywords? We'll move to that in the next rule. So just have a little patience. We'll move to that. Okay, is there any doubt? Okay, think that. So guys, please mute yourself. It's really disturbing. Okay, yeah, they did. So yeah, oh, my voice is cracking. Is it breaking for everyone, or only to Gurnur? Is it breaking, guys? Oh, is it breaking? Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Now it's fine. That's fine. Okay. We'll continue. All right, so now moving to the fifth rule, okay, understanding keywords. So we had a word about keywords, and we know what is meta title and what is meta description. Now we need to know how to actually identify the best keywords, right? Now I'm going to tell that. So see, understanding the keywords, I'll tell you a few tools that you can use. But to actually get a good understanding of keywords, you have to understand digital marketing stuff, because the content writer generally will be provided with the keywords that has been researched by the digital marketing person. They won't be learning a lot, but I'm just telling you because you're writing something using the keywords, right? So you need to know the benefits of you need to understand why you are using the keywords. That's why I just explained about these things. Now we'll go ahead and we'll check about understanding keywords. Okay, so now we have a popular tool. We have different tools like Uber Suggest, and we have a lot of tools. But likewise, one popular free keyword research tool is keyword.io, right? Just go to this tool. I will be giving this modules in this particular thing, so you can get every link over here. Okay, so just go to keyword.io. So before that, let me tell you a scenario. Okay, so you're working for an environment organization. So you're working for an environment based NGO, right? So just consider the scenario. You're working for them, and they are asking you to write a content based on environment, but they are not giving you any title. They are just asking you to write anything relevant to environment, but they are also telling you that it must be SEO friendly. Now, how you will be choosing the title? Will you be writing just environment, or any title that you comes in your mind? No, you shouldn't do that, right? Before choosing a title, if this is the case, most of the case, digital marketing people are the ones who will be choosing the titles for the blogs. So now let's talk about what if the responsibility comes to the content writer. Now let's go ahead. and you can go with keyword.io. This is free of cost. You needn't like spend any money on this. Now just go here, your seed word. What is seed keyword? So now the organization told you to write about environment, something related to environment, right? So environment will be your seed keyword. Okay, just search it, and now it will be giving you a lot of results. See, now you got a lot of results, right? Let me skip this sign up, just a moment. Okay. Now you can sign in, or you can use it for free. No, nothing, no issues that. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out what's happening here. So let me go a little down. You'll be finding a lot of topics. See, you have a topic called, okay, many are coming relevant to IT, information technology thing. So yeah, see, environment, biodiversity, and disaster management. This is something, a popular topic. That is why it is coming in the suggestion. And again, see, environment and sustainable development. This is also a popular topic. So again, if you go a little down, you'll be finding lots of topic relevant to it. Features of business environment. Okay, these are something like environment. We just gave environment, right? Maybe let's try another keyword like nature and environment. I'm just giving two keywords. Okay, now it will give me relevant topics to write. It's not like topics, it's like keywords. It's going to give you keywords. Keywords can be a single word, or it can be a phrase, or at times it can be a paragraph as well. So whatever that helps you to get organic reach, you can call it, or whatever that is being searched widely, you can call it as keyword. And see, now I got something, in a natural environment in which a plant and animal lives. You can choose this, you can choose this, whatever topic you want. Now you can choose this, like you can shortlist it. You can just put it this side, and here you have an option to actually export it. Now you can just go to export. So you need actually a pro version, but not a, you don't want a pro version. You have to just sign up, you have to have an account. So just sign in, and you will be getting an option to download this. Now this particular topic, all the topics will be downloaded in an Excel format. Now you can just choose the topic you want. Now this is how we make a research keyword. Okay, we will be researching keyword, and in this we have lots of concepts like long tail keywords and short tail keywords. Like, let's not go much into that, because that is the digital marketing aspect, because we're not learning digital marketing here. I'm just telling you all the marketing aspect. A content writer knows just this. Just go here and choose the one and start writing. That's all about keywords. Okay, keywords is very simple. And let me consider another scenario. You don't know how to access a tool. Like, now you know how to use keyword.io. We have a lot of the tools like Tuber Suggest and a lot of the tools. I don't remember the names exactly, but we have a lot of the tools. And also, let me talk about another scenario where you're not interested in doing a keyword research. At that point of time, what you can do, it's very simple. Now let me go ahead and type environment, right? Or I'll write nature protection. So I'm typing some keyword, right? So now see, you're getting lots of the suggestions as well. So I have typed only nature protection. I have typed only two keywords, two strings, which is two words. One is nature and the other one is protection. But see, in the bottom, you're getting lots and lots of suggestions. So why we are getting these suggestions? Because these are based on the popularity, because these are something that has been widely searched. So that is why Google is showing these suggestions. So this is also popular. These keywords are also popular. Now, without even getting the help of any keywords tools, you got to know the popular keywords that has been searched. Now let me go ahead and let me go a little down and see if you're able to find a, okay. So see, now you can choose this as a blog article, right? Because now you're also having this search module. Even this search module will show only the popularly searched keywords. Now you can write something about why is environmental protection important, because Google itself says that it is popular. That is why it is showing it in the front page, in the very first page of the Google. That is why it is showing you these suggestions. These suggestions are also based on this is also based on the number of users searching. Even this is based on keyword research only. It's not giving random suggestion. It is giving suggestion based on proper SEO stuff. So you can choose anything from here. So now you know how to actually search with the tool and without a tool, right? So is this part clear, or should I repeat anything? Is this part clear? Can I get an acknowledgement so that we'll move ahead with the next thing? Yes. Okay. So what about others? I hope it's not boring, because I made sure that I bring only the rules that are unpopular, and so that you can make sure that you can use it in your content. So I hope it's not boring. And okay, great. I'm getting responses. Thank you. All right, now let's move ahead and see what's next. Okay, we already understood what is keywords. And now, again, I'm going to teach you some grammar. Let's go to our school days and learn something. Okay, now rule 6. No to passive voice. You should never use passive voice in your content. I'll show you that in grammarly.com. Okay, so now I'll open some of my article. Okay, this is one of my friend's article. Let's see that. See, see this one. This is actually a passive voice, and that is why it is showing me error. And here, if you can see, this is what we call, this tool is what we call grammarly.com. We'll talk about it soon. And it is actually showing that somewhere I have misused the passive voice. And this is the exact place where I have misused. So that is why it is showing me. Now, before that, let's understand what is passive voice. Okay, now I have got a few things. Whenever you are writing a content, I know passive voice is something that we commonly used. Even while we are talking, we use passive voice a lot. But still, while writing, make sure that you use only active voice and not a passive voice, because in the because writing can be anything. You can talk anything, like it doesn't matter if you talk properly, if you make some grammatical errors, it doesn't matter. Like people, the other person can understand the concept, they are not going to bother it much. But when you are writing, writing is a piece that is being stored for a very long time, right? So if you're writing a content with grammatically imperfections, then that is going to be a problem. That is definitely going to be a problem, right? So because rules are just formulated for the sake of like making things better and streamlined, and that is why we have this particular rule. Never use passive voice in your content. It might be your article, it might be a web content writing, or whatever may be. Please make sure that you are actually doing stuffs in active voice. Okay, now let's understand what is active and what is passive voice. Okay, so I think everyone knows this. I know everyone knows this, but still I just wanted to make sure that you're understanding it again. I'm just recalling it. I'm just taking you back to your school days. Okay, so just see the first sentence. I'm not going to explain all these things. I'll just give you with just one example. Just see the first point. I make a cake. Okay, I make a cake. I is a subject. I is something I'm referring to the doer. I have the one who made the cake. Okay, so I am called as the subject. And see, make is a verb. Everyone knows that. Like whatever action words are called as verb. So I myself is the subject, and make is actually the verb. And see, cake, it is something what I have done. Okay, so make as an object. So this particular structure is what we call active voice. Active voice will be prioritizing the subject, the doer, because I made the hard work. I made the hard work of creating the cake. But see the passive voice, it is highlighting the object. It is highlighting the object, which is the cake, which has been done by me. Because now in this scenario, what is happening is the priority that is being given to me is hidden. Okay, a cake is made. So how to highlight me? So we will be using by, right? So I hope you remember these grammatical stuff from your school days. So when we actually, how to actually complete this sentence? A cake is made by me. A cake is made by me. But even though if I make here that by me, if I remove this, even at that point of time, this sentence, the meaning of this sentence is not going to be lost. Okay, but let's talk about the active voice. I make a cake. Like think, if I just make it empty, I make a cake. Just see, I'm just writing two sentences. I make a cake, which is active voice, and the passive voice sentence is a cake is made by me. Okay, so we have two sentences, and myself, I is an object. Sorry, I is a subject, make is a verb, and again this is the object. And here a cake, here in this place a cake has been made as a subject, but actually it is an object. Now let me remove by me. Now I'm removing my credit. Actually I'm the doer, and I must be prioritized because I made the hard work to create the cake. But even though I remove, if I remove the credit, now it is telling that a cake is made, but it's not grammatically wrong. Still you have a meaning, you have a valid meaning to the sentence, even if you give me credit or not. But ultimately you're able to frame a proper sentence, but still the subject is not getting prioritized, which is doer is missing. Okay, so doer is missing. You can write by me, even though you write by me, ultimately without this sentence is meaningful. That is what we call passive voice. And here let me remove this. Now see, I make, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense, right? Because doer is here, but object is missing. If there is no object, then how could people know the subject's hard work? Now I make, what did I make? No one knows that. Only when I tell you that what I made, you will understand my hard work and you will prioritize me. But now in this case, this is what we call active voice. Active voice always prioritize the doer, and that is the right way of writing. And talking about passive voice, even if you are prioritizing the you doer or not, it doesn't matter what is the scenario, but still what happens is it is not going to affect the thing. But this is not the right approach, because we should also follow some writing ethics, right? We have to actually give prioritize the doer. So that is the basic difference between active and passive voice. So next time when you write, make sure that you use active voice and not passive voice. As I tell you again, I'm telling you something. I used to write content, though I am a full stack developer. I hope my voice is audible, because it is showing that my network is unstable. All right, so I hope my voice is audible. Can someone just give a thumbs up if my voice is audible? I'm just cross checking so that you don't miss the points. You're not audible. All right. Am I not audible, guys? Still, am I not audible? Anyone? Okay, now it's audible. All right, okay. It in between it goes. Oh, all right. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with my network. I'm so sorry about this. Okay. So now we are done with this active and passive voice, right? So whenever you're writing your content, just prioritize the doer. Okay. So that is the right way, and that is the proper rule that you have to follow. Now, let me tell you one more thing. Don't worry if you're unable to follow the rules. Even see, this is the article that it has been written by my friend, but still I was the one who edited the things. But still, see, I have some 13 writing issues, but it's okay. It's okay to not following the rule every time, but make sure that you're following the rules most of the times. That's the only thing. Just try to omit the mistakes as much as possible so that you can optimize your content. No one can be picture perfect, right? But you can optimize it. So that is the thing. We have to follow these rules. All right. So now, just give me a moment. I'll just connect my laptop charger. It's running out of charge. Just a minute. I have already. I'll just switch on the thing. Okay, do you freelance or work for an organization? I'm not freelancing. Actually, I used to be a co-author to a few books. I'm more into poem writing, not as content writing. But yeah, I used to also work for a few organizations whenever I get time. But mostly I'm into development. All right, yeah, all done. I'm so sorry for this delay. I did it plugged in. Okay, oh nice, development seems to pay more. Okay, well, okay, ultimately skills matter. Okay, ma'am, can you just give a short brief of first 5 rule, please? Yeah, sure. So first we'll complete this thing because we are already running out of time. We have just 25 minutes. So now what we will do is we'll just complete these things and we will recall it for sure for you. Don't worry, I'll recall it, okay? Okay, yeah. So we'll proceed. Okay, now let's talk about the tools to use. Now you know the rules. Now you need to know the tools because at times, though we know the rules, we might miss it out. At times, every time we won't be very cautious about the rules, right? So we have a few tools that can assist you in understanding or assist you in not missing out the rules. So we'll talk about those rules. So the first tool is grammatical error checking. Like even though if your content is not coming up to the mark for the readability score, no one is going to care. But if your content is grammatically imperfect, like everyone will come and like they will scream like whatever. So ultimately grammatical perfection matters, right? The first thing that you can use is grammarly.com. This is the best, this is literally the best. You can also download the Chrome extension. If you can see here, I have already downloaded my Chrome extension for Grammarly for Chrome. So wherever I do, even in my presentation, I can make edits using Grammarly. See, it's giving me suggestion, right? So let me misspell it. So after a few time, it takes a little time to actually override programs, but see, it is actually telling me that some problem is over here because I have made a mistake. So like this, it gives you suggestion, and certain times, if possible, it will also help you to give suggestion to correct it. Because I don't have a pro version, I use the free version, so we have a little limitation in free version. But see, free version is far enough to do everything because it will be giving you suggestion for basic things. And for these are the whatever has been underlined in this this yellow color, these comes under pro package. If you are a professional writer and getting more clients, or if you're a freelancing person, you can go with pro version because like it will help you to write more professional writing and everything. Most of the packages, see here, we are going to talk about 12 tools, right? If you just buy a pro version of grammarly.com, you can do everything. Whatever that you're going to do using these 12 tools, you can do it simply using this grammarly.com itself. So that is an advantage of using grammarly.com. So if you're going to be a professional writer, or if you are a professional writer, you can go with that. Okay, what are backlinks? That is actually a digital marketing concept, but if time permits, I'll cover that as well. Okay, so there is also add-in that you can use for what exactly you can also do that. So now you can go to grammarly.com. This is compatible for desktop only, so for bigger screen sizes only. If you have a laptop or a desktop, you're free to use that. But if you're using it in your mobile phone, you can just turn on your desktop site mode and you can start working on that. You can also use in a mobile phone, but you have to turn on your desktop site mode, right? So you can go with that. Just copy paste your content. Here you have a lot of option. You can just download it in a document file directly, and everything is possible here. It's very simple to use. And here, you can also just get the insights here in the bottom. You can get the insight that the number of words you have used, number of characters, and reading time and speaking time. In a few organization, I have seen a few websites, they will be also mentioning the reading and speaking time. So you can also check out this, and it is also showing me the readability score. So this readability score is literally poor because 60 is the proper readability score. I hope now you remember the rule that we were talking about earlier, and I told you that the readability score 60 should be there. For grammarly.com, it doesn't show the grade. Instead, it shows you the readability score, right? I think it's here. Yes, see the first line, the readability score of an article should be at least 60. So I mentioned this grammarly.com only. 60 is the optimized thing. So the readability score of this article is literally bad because 39 is very poor. Maybe because the number of words is small. Maybe because of that, the readability score has dropped down, but it's okay. That's totally fine. So now this is the first tool, grammarly.com. I think most of you are already using this tool, but if you're new to this, or if you're new to writing, it doesn't matter that if you need to be a writer to actually use this. Okay, so you can for your academic writing, if you're writing an assignment for your college, you can use grammarly.com, or if you're using it for any purpose, doesn't matter, you can just use grammarly.com. Certain times if I'm writing a professional email, okay, this is for non-writers who have attended this session. If I am writing an email, since I have enabled this extension, I will be getting suggestions over there. But earlier, before knowing about this extension, I used to check my email using grammarly.com so that I don't make any mistakes in my email. So you can also use this for email writing. Ultimately, if you are submitting something with a spelling error or typo error or whatever maybe, if it is grammatically imperfect, then your reputation will go down. So make sure that you're always using these tools. Okay, and next tool is plagiarism checker. As I already told you, plagiarism is something that you're exactly copy pasting something and you're telling that that is your work. So that is what we call plagiarism. So we have plagiarism checker in grammarly.com. So let me open this. I'll tell you the basic difference between that. Okay, so see, and before that, if you want to get the grammarly.com for Google, if you want to download this extension for Google, guys, please turn off okay. Every time I cannot go ahead and mute, so that's the problem. So make sure that your mic is not turning on. All right. Okay. So now see, if you want to get this extension, like I'm having it in my Chrome, just search it. Google is your best friend, no matter which domain you belong to. Google is always your best friend. So just type Grammarly extension for Chrome. Okay, you'll get the result. Just type this, you'll get the result. Now you can just download it. Here you have the option Grammarly for Chrome. Just download the extension and you can enable it, and automatically wherever you use, it doesn't matter if I'm getting a type spell error. So see, it's from grammarly.com. So now this is the best example. I'm getting a suggestion from Grammarly in Google Docs. This is Google Docs, which is entirely a different application, and Grammarly is entirely a different application. But since I have used this extension, Grammarly for Chrome extension, so that is why I'm getting suggestions, spell checker. I can change it. Now it is grammatically perfect. Okay. So these are the things that you can use with Grammarly.com. Now moving to this plagiarism. Okay. So now plagiarism. So the free version. So this particular thing is free, but the problem is it won't show where exactly your content is plagiarized. Let me go ahead and let me some essay. What essay I can copy? Okay, melting of glaciers. That was something I was working latest. Okay, okay, I hope you remember this paragraph, right? This is the paragraph that I gave you as an example. So let me go ahead and I paste it. See, I'm pasting it and I'm scanning it. Let's wait and see what is happening. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for a few minutes, few seconds. It doesn't take more time. All right. See, it is telling me that significant plagiarism font because I copied it from Google, right? And see, it is just telling me that my content is plagiarized, but it is not telling me on which line the content is plagiarized. So this is the limitation of free version of plagiarism checker in grammarly.com. But if you're buying pro version, premium version, you can do it. You can check each and every line, and it will tell you the exact line wherein you have you have your content plagiarized, so that you can use this. And you have qtext.com. So this is very reliable. I love using this, and most of the business owners are using this. Most of the business people are actually using this. But talking about qtext.com, there is a limitation that you can use only if you are not buying the pro version. Like you can also buy a pro version to use it for a long time, but if you're not buying a pro version or not signing in, you can only use it for twice. Okay, if you can only use twice, and after a very long time, maybe around 12 hours or 24 hours, only after that you will be able to recheck it. So it is limited, it's just it has limited its service, so that people will go for it pro version, and it will exactly tell you where exactly you just made some error. Let me just copy this paragraph and we'll just paste it, and it is going to tell me on which line I made the problem. And I think comparing to grammarly.com, the price of this is very small, because talking about grammarly.com, it comes as a package, right? All these 12 tools comes as a single package, so it's okay. So it's actually okay to have this. I'll use it with VPN, then that's a good idea. But okay, yeah. So see, now you have this. All right, now you can go with grammarly.com because it comes as a package, right? So that is also profitable if you are a professional writer, or if you are a person who occasionally uses plagiarism checker, you can go with qtext. See, it is exactly telling me on which line I have plagiarized. See, every line is plagiarized because we copied it from Google. So it is exactly telling me that. So you can go ahead and remove that. You can make the changes to it. And it is also telling me that 94% plagiarized. Actually, it is 100%, but it's okay. Why it is telling 94% is because I broke these two lines. I have made a little change to this last line. So that is why it is telling this way. Okay. So now you have qtext.com, but there is in a free version, you have some limitations. Okay. Now let me go to another tool. This is free of cost, but it is not that reliable. It's partially effective. It's not 100% effective. So this is small SEO tools. A few organizations are also using this, but it's not that reliable according to me, because even though this tool says that my content is not plagiarized, when I go with qtext or grammarly.com, that portal say that my content is plagiarized. So trusting this depends on you. But whenever like whenever you don't have other choice, you can go with small SEO tool, but it is absolutely free. You can check 1,000 words unlimited times. You can use it for many times, but every time when you search, you can use only 1,000 words. If you buy their pro version, so when you buy their pro version, you can check up to 25,000 words, I guess. So you can go ahead and check this as well, but it is not effective. So if I'm telling the positive sides, I should also tell the negative side. So that is the negative side of small pro SEO. And next you have word and character counter. So in grammarly.com, we already saw that it clearly said the number of words used and number of characters used. But when you're not using grammarly.com, let's consider that grammarly.com has some server problems and it is not trending. At that point of time, definitely you will be needing an alternative, right? And that alternative is this word counter. You can just go ahead and you can count the words and it will tell the number of words and number of characters. This is one tool. And next tool is paraphrasing tools. Just listen to this clearly, because paraphrasing tools can be the savers. It can be savior at times. When you're in a urge to submit a content within 1 hour, then it is literally impossible for you to research, rewrite the content, and everything, right? Yes, yeah, I will send the PPT. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll send the PPT and all the study modules. I have tons of not tons, but I have some good number of study modules for everyone. I'll mail you, right? I'll send a feedback form in the group. You can just fill that out. Whatever email ID I'm getting in that form, I'll send the study modules to everyone. I'll mail it. I'll mail you. So your voice is not coming. It is still not coming, or only the issue is from your end? Guys, what about others? Is my voice clear? Okay, now it's fine. I think there is some lagging in between, I guess. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead. Okay, so this is paraphrasing tool. So what is paraphrasing tool? Paraphrasing tools is nothing but automatic rewriting. So every time, if you're, for example, I've given a topic, maybe someone is asking me to write a topic, and I should go to Google, research a lot, and I have to write everything from scratch, right? And I have to rewrite it in my own words. But let me consider that I have to submit an article within 30 minutes. So I cannot actually research a lot. So what I'll do is I'll just copy some content from Google, I'll paste it here, and I'll choose anything: advanced, fluency, creative. Creative, fluency, and simple will give meaningful sentences. At times, advanced won't be giving you meaningful sentence, but advanced is more effective to avoid this plagiarism and spun content stuff. So you can just paste the original content and you will be getting a paraphrase content. So you can just use that content. But I cannot assure you that it will be 100% free of plagiarism. But moreover, like around, if earlier it was 100%, now it will be like around 40% plagiarism. So you can just locate that and rephrase that as well. So it's a good tool, but still, this is not a professional thing the writer should do. Because if you are a writer, you have to do it by yourself. But this is just a shortcut, because going in a shortcut, if you are a professional person, then going in a shortcut is not a right way, right? So that is the thing. Not everyone use paraphrasing thing, but when in case of emergency or in case of need, you can go with these tools. It is just like it helps you to rewrite the content without much time, and it doesn't consume much time. You have to just paste the original content here and it will give the paraphrase content. But I warn you, if you are paraphrasing some content, please read it from top to the bottom. Certain time it will be senseless. Certain time these sentences will be like, you will be wondering like, what is the meaning of that sentence? So whenever you're paraphrasing something, make sure that you read it from top to bottom, and make sure that you reanalyze it, check it for grammatical thing. Certain times there won't be any grammatical imperfection, but the sentence formation will be wrong and the sentence meaning will be wrong. So make sure that you read it. If you're using a paraphrasing tool, make sure that you read it from top to bottom and try to present it in a proper way. But using paraphrasing tools are not recommended, but I'm just telling you so that you can use it only when you need. Okay, so now don't use every time. And then we'll move to the next tool, which is spun content checker. I hope now you remember what I said you about spinning. Even paraphrasing comes under spinning, because paraphrasing will rewrite the sentences, but moreover, it gives the same meaning. And certain times it will be giving only the synonym of that. Okay, you can just go to this tool, just go to this pre-post SEO paraphrasing tool, and just try to paraphrase some sentence. You will understand. You will understand that. Since I don't have time, I didn't show the demo, but you can go ahead and check that. So most times it will be just changing the synonym. So then automatically it comes under spun content, right? So even though it is not showing plagiarism, it will show this spinning thing. So make sure that you also check here. So you can just paste the content here and check if your content is spun or not. It will show the probability, which is in percentage. If it is more than some 10%, then it is a problem. You have to rewrite the content, but it will exactly highlight the sentence that you want to rewrite. And this is also free of cost. So you didn't you spent any money on it. So this is free of cost. And I really like that spun content checker. And again, we have Hemingway. We already had a word about this Hemingway. It's for readability score. So I hope I needn't just go ahead again. An essentials tool. So this is a blog article. So you can go ahead and check out for some popular tools. This is just for your reference, right? So see, 13 essentials tools to help improve your content. I made a lot of research to actually brought you these study modules. So every article link that I have provided will help you in some way. So you can also check that. And passive voice checker. And why I have kept this? Because as I told you, only active voice is something that you have to use in your content. So in certain time, because we mostly use passive voice. So even while writing, we might be using passive voice a lot. So just to help you with that. So definitely you will be needing some help. So talking about grammarly.com, it comes as a package, and if you buy premium version, it will help you with that. But still, if you're not able to buy the pro version, then you can go with passive voice checkers. You can just use it, but it will just tell you where exactly you have misused the active voice with passive voice. But it won't tell you how to rephrase it. Just to check, just helps you to check this passive voice thing, nothing much. And it is also free of cost. And then spell checker. So I don't think you need a separate tool for spell checking, because by default Grammarly for free without even spending a penny, it actually helps you to do that. So these are the basic tools. Okay, someone is asking that can be used for writing exactly. You can use these tools. Use grammarly.com, but don't go with paraphrasing tool, because research papers are something that you should show your authenticity, right? So make sure that you don't use the unwanted tools like paraphrasing tools. But other than that, you can use grammarly.com. I'm repeating it again. Grammarly.com can be used for anything. You can just write your content over there. Whenever you are sending an email to someone, maybe for job search or whatever, maybe just go ahead and check for grammatical errors. So just to make your work easier, go ahead and install this Grammarly extension. It will automatically give you suggestion wherever you want. Again, I'm getting another suggestion. See, like this, I will be getting suggestions every time. So that makes my work easier, right? So that's all about the tools. And one more tool, scholar.google.com. I think most of you knows this. And someone already asked a question about research paper, right? If you want to actually read a lot of research papers or documentaries and other such things, so you can go with scholar.google.com. This is just a reference portal, right? You will be able to get some literature out from there. You will be able to get access to lots of research papers, literatures, and everything. So this is just a portal, just like a normal Google search, but here you'll be getting some advanced content suggestions and everything. You can also go with that. Okay. So backlinks, backlinks, I'll tell you that now. Let me just open something. I'll randomly open some article. So maybe let me just go ahead. Melting of glaciers. Okay, so if I'm able to find the exact one, I'll give you an understanding of backlinks. Okay, so let me go ahead and check. All right, okay, I got the thing. So see, according to my knowledge, so even backlinks or something, you will be linking another portal from another, for example, you will be linking two different portals, another to another. For example, this is a portal, right? bbc.com. So from bbc, I'm reading an article. So I'm reading an article named Climate Change, World's Glaciers Melting at a Faster Pace. So even content writers should have an understanding of backlinks. So see, I'm reading a content here, but suddenly I wanted to check this. So which is West Antarctica's glaciers flowing faster? I'm clicking it. Now from one article, I'm jumping to another article. Most cases, you will be jumping from one website to another website. Here, BBC have linked the same website, but different blog articles. So this is like I'm jumping from one article to another article using a link, which has been embedded inside a text. It is not a direct link, right? So I'll go ahead. See, is this a direct link? Where is that? Okay. See, it's not a direct link, but a link has been embedded. A link has been embedded here, but it's clickable, but it's not a direct link. So this is what we call backlinking. You have linked something, but not directly, indirectly. Let me inspect and show you. So developers will understand this. I'll just hover over this. See, they have embedded it. This is the exact link. They have used the link. Here is the text and they have embedded it. So whenever such things happen, this is what we call backlinking. Mostly, we use backlinking like profile backlinking. So let's talk about Instagram. So you have an option to add the website, right? So that comes under profile backlinking. You're adding a website in your Instagram profile so that people can jump from Instagram to another portal, for example, to your blog page or to your organization page, whatever may be. So these things, whenever you're jumping from one place to another place with the help of links indirectly, not directly. These are not direct links. Using direct links are not an optimized approach for digital marketing people. All right. So I hope I was able to give you answers. So now, like someone has asked another doubt. So the more SEO friendly the one article, it will affect the other also in ranking. Exactly. So SEO friendly articles are very important. So you have to write a content like pretty good. So now you're linking something. Let's talk about like you're linking someone and some unknown people's article. Then the chances of them backlinking you is high. This actually increases your website URL. Sorry, website traffic. So now I'm clicking here, right? Now I'm taken to BBC account already. Let's consider that if this is another website, not bbc.com but something else, then they are also getting website traffic, right? So because with backlinking you can get good website traffic. So that is the method behind backlinking. It also makes people knowledgeable because now from one source to another source, whenever you're jumping, you will be able to learn a lot. So that is about backlinking. So now what else doubt? You can link their backlink but check authenticity to their content. Exactly, you should do that, because if you're redirecting your readers, so ultimately you're redirecting your readers, right? So someone is trusting your page and they are coming here, so I'm coming here and they are actually reading that. So if that is the case, you have to check the authenticity so that your readers will be getting only authentic information. So before backlinking, make sure that whatever information that has been provided by the other person, like check that if it is authentic or not. So that's all about backlinks. So I think we have covered almost everything. And one more thing that I want to cover is the difference between web content writing and blog writing. I think now the tools part is clear. Can I get an acknowledgement from you all? If I can get an acknowledgement, we'll move with the difference between web content writing and blogging, because many are confused with that. With that, we'll wrap the session. So that's all. So we almost came to an end. Okay, so all right, can I get an acknowledgement from others as well? So I think now we have some 45 participants. Guys, I hope I'm not making you sleep. All right, yes, thank you. Thank you for the response. Okay, now I'll tell you what is the difference between web content writing and blogging. Many are literally confused with that. So now I'll show you what is the difference. Okay, so now what is this thing? Now we like we went, we also saw about best SEO practices, right? So our today's discussion is almost done. Now I'll just show you what is. Okay, let's just give me a moment. Okay, so please unmute yourself. Whoever is that. So we'll go ahead and we'll talk about this web content writing. Okay, so now let me open our organization's official website and I'll explain you with that. Okay, so let me open that. Just a moment, guys. Okay, yes, it's here. It's taking a little time to load. I don't know what's wrong with my network. Okay, so see, this is our website, right? So just see the front page. You have some content here. You have some 3 lines of content here. And if I go a little down, you have another content here titled mission. And you have another content. So you have some content like you have 3 projects going on and you have a different content. So whatever that you can see here, it is written just to make a reader know what they are about and what they are doing. It makes me informed whatever they are and whatever they are trying to do. So this is what we call web content writing. Web content writing shouldn't be necessarily that it should serve knowledge, but it should be like, it can be anything. Whatever you write on a website, you can actually group it on web content writing. Not every time it will be helping you to serve information, but here you can link multiple topics. For example, see the first thing, it is is just an introduction. Okay, it's just an introduction. See the next one, they talks about their mission. Okay, in when you are writing it as a blog article, you will be making it as a separate blog. Now they have talked about the blog, and now they are talking about the three different projects. So they have linked three different stuffs together. So they haven't talked, they are not highlighting a single thing over here. They are talking about different things, and they are also making sure that they are telling you what they are and what they are about. That's it. They are not serving you any knowledge or education. They're not providing you anything. But let me go to the blog section. Blog section will be a single entity, just like a single element. It's not just like, it's not a group of segments. Okay, my voice is breaking. Okay, I'll repeat. Web content writing is something just like, every pages we have a few things. They will be like, they will be like a piece of content. There will be from different segments. They mentioned about their mission. They talked about their projects. So these are different segments, but they have just grouped it so that they can tell you that what they are about. But talking about a blog, it's not like that. It's moreover into knowledge serving. And the second point is it helps to increase the SEO. If you ask me whether web content writing is increasing the SEO or blogging will be the one that helps in like more into getting organic reach. Okay, reaching more people. So if I click on continue reading, you will be able to find a lengthy article, right, about a single topic. Just understand this single topic. Okay, it's not getting open. Maybe I'll try it. Like, just like about blog, right? When you just click on the button, it will be taking you to the whole content. Basically you will be talking about just a single content. Maybe we have an art blog here, right? So I'm opening this blog. Here they are talking about 13 essential online writing. So this is actually the blog. Okay, so this is not a page, this is not web content writing, this comes under blogging, because they are serving knowledge, they are educating you, they are making you understand something new. They are not making you to understand themselves. So self promotion, mostly in web content writing part, self promotion comes, and mostly web content writing is for just to make people understand what they are about, what is their business about, and what they will be doing and everything. Web content writing can be anything, and even blogging can be grouped under web content writing. But blogging as a separate entity is something like it will be used for like majorly for knowledge serving purpose. Firstly, the second thing is just to increase the SEO of your, just increasing the quality of the SEO of your website. And third is helping you to reach people organically. Organically is without spending money, right? And so we have two different things, SEO and SEM. SEM is something that we grow organically without spending money. And we have SEM, search engine marketing. Here, people will be running ads on Google and something like that. In this space, they will be like spending a lots of money. That's the major difference. So that's all about the difference between web content writing and blogging. I hope you just got a little idea about web content writing and blogging, right? But here I have also brought you some like an article on the same. Maybe I'll show that. You can just go and check that so that you'll understand a little bit better. So I'll give you this particular, I'll give access to this whole module. Since I also covered a little bit of digital marketing, I'll also give you this module, right? This is about my digital marketing crash course module. Here you have content writing and blogging section. Here I'll be covering content marketing a lot. So I'll give you both these two, both the modules. Just go ahead and check it out. Whatever article, whatever modules that I have brought, like it will be definitely helping you. So just check out this. Once you get this particular thing, please go ahead and read this out. Difference between blog writing and web content writing. So this will definitely help you. Maybe like you can just check this out. I have mentioned a few rules. Like I don't have much time to actually cover these, so that I have plotted this here. So just go here and you can, this will help you with this. Okay. Just go ahead and check this out. Differences between blog content writing and web content writing. Ultimately, both comes under content writing only. Just you have to know the difference so that you can write the content in a better way. So that's it. That's all about our session. I think we can wind up here. So if anyone has any doubt, you can ask me now. I'll stay for some 10 more minutes and let's see. So that's all about this session. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. And I hope you all are able to understand. I will just give you a feedback form in the group. I'll circulate it in the group. So just fill that. Only if you're filling that, I'll be able to send the study modules. I'll be sending you through email. So please make sure that you're filling the form. If you're missing that form, then it's not in my hands. Just try to fill it today itself, because I'll be closing the form tonight, maybe around 11:59 p.m. Right? So please make sure that you are filling that so that it will help me to send all the study modules.